The air in the kitchen was thick with the scent of scorched coffee, the pot left too long on the burner. I stood frozen, my fingers gripping the edge of the counter, as Lila's voice sliced through the silence. "He said we need to do better," she murmured, her eyes fixed on the floor, her hands twisting the hem of her sweater. The words hung there, sharp and foreign, like a blade slipped between my ribs. I didn't ask who he was. I didn't need to. The truth was already clawing its way up my throat, bitter and unstoppable. For weeks, I'd been stitching together fragments of unease. The way Lila's phone buzzed at odd hours, her quick flicks to silence it. The faint perfume on her coat, something floral, not hers. The late nights she blamed on work, though her desk at home sat untouched, papers neatly stacked. I'd rationalized it all, chalked it up to my own paranoia. We'd been married 7 years. Trust was supposed to be our foundation. But now, standing in our dimly lit kitchen, the linoleum cold under my bare feet, I felt the ground beneath that foundation crack. "Lila," I said, my voice low, trembling with a rage I hadn't yet acknowledged. "Who's he?" Her head snapped up, eyes wide, like a deer caught in headlights. For a moment, I thought she'd deny it, spin some flimsy excuse. But her lips parted and nothing came out. The silence was louder than any confession. I turned away, my gaze landing on the fridge, where a photo of us at the lake last summer clung under a magnet. Her smile in that picture, wide, unguarded, felt like a lie now. My chest ached, not just with betrayal, but with the sudden weight of every moment I'd taken for granted. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but my throat tightened, strangling the words. Instead, I asked how long. She hesitated, her breath hitching. 3 months, she whispered. The admission landed like a punch, stealing my air. 3 months of lies, of her slipping away while I cooked dinner, planned weekends, believed we were okay. I thought of the nights we'd lain side by side, her body warm against mine, and wondered how many of those moments were tainted by her thoughts of him. I forced myself to look at her. Her face was pale, her dark hair falling in messy strands across her cheeks. She was still beautiful, even now, and that made it worse. "Why?" I asked, my voice cracking. Was I not enough? The question burned, exposing a vulnerability I hated. I'd always prided myself on being steady, the one who fixed things, our leaky faucet, her bad days, us. But this? I couldn't fix this. "It wasn't about you," she said, her voice small but steady. "It was, I don't know. I was lost. He made me feel seen." Her words were a knife, twisting deeper. Seen? I'd spent years learning her. Her quiet hums when she was happy, the way her left eyebrow twitched when she lied. Had I missed something? Or had she chosen to hide it? The kitchen clock ticked, each second a hammer against my skull. I remember the first red flag, a text I'd glimpsed on her phone. "Can't wait to see you." I'd asked about it, casual, laughing it off. She'd said it was her coworker, Sarah, planning a girls' night. I'd believe her because I wanted to. Now, that memory felt like a warning I'd ignored, a flare in the dark I'd mistaken for starlight. "Tell me everything," I said, my voice harder now. I needed to hear it, to let the truth gut me, so I could understand. Lila's eyes glistened, but she didn't cry. She sat at the table, her hands folded tightly, and began. His name was Ethan, a colleague from her marketing firm. It started innocently, coffee breaks, shared complaints about deadlines. Then came the late-night texts, the stolen lunches, the moments she swore meant nothing until they meant everything. As she spoke, I saw it all in vivid detail. Her laughing with him in some dimly lit cafe, his hand brushing hers, her leaning into it. The images were too real, like a movie I couldn't pause. My stomach churned, but I didn't stop her. Each word was a brick, building a wall between who we were and who we'd become. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she said, her voice breaking. "I love you, Mark. I do. I got caught up." Her confession was a plea, but it felt hollow. Love? What did that mean when she'd given pieces of herself to someone else? I wanted to hate her, to let anger consume the pain. But beneath it, I felt guilt. Had I been too distant? Too focused on work, on routine? I thought of the times I'd brushed off her attempts to talk, assuming we had forever to sort things out. Maybe I'd failed her too. The room felt smaller now, the air heavy with unspoken questions. What now? Could we rebuild from this wreckage? I looked at her, searching for the woman I'd married, but all I saw was a stranger wearing her face. Do you love him? I asked, dreading the answer. She shook her head, tears finally spilling. No, it was a mistake. I ended it last week. Her words should have brought relief, but they didn't. Ended or not, the betrayal was real, its scars permanent. I thought of the lake photo again, how I believed we were happy. Maybe we never were. I stood, needing distance, and walked to the window. Outside, the street was quiet, the neighbor's porch light casting a soft glow on their mailbox. I imagined Ethan, faceless but vivid, driving past our house, knowing things about my wife I didn't. The thought made my fist clench. Mark, Lila said behind me, her voice trembling. Can we fix this? I didn't turn around. I couldn't. The question echoed in my mind, but another voice, his, slipped through the cracks. We need to do better. Those words weren't just hers. They were his, a mantra for their secret world. And now they were mine, a cruel reminder of what I'd lost. I turned, my eyes meeting hers. I don't know, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. But as I spoke, a memory surfaced, sharp and unbidden. Last week, I'd found a receipt in her purse. Dinner for two at a restaurant we'd never been to. She'd said it was a client meeting. I believed her. But now, I realized she'd lied, even after she claimed it was over. The truth hit like a thunderclap. She hadn't ended it. Not fully. Maybe not at all. I stared at her, the woman I'd loved, and saw the lie in her tear-streaked face. You're still seeing him, I said, not a question but a fact. Her eyes widened, her mouth opening to protest, but the guilt was there, raw and undeniable. The room spun. I grabbed my keys from the counter, the metal cold against my palm. I need air, I said, heading for the door. As I stepped into the night, the chill biting my skin, I heard her sob, but I didn't look back. The twist wasn't just her betrayal. It was the realization that I'd been living with a lie longer than I'd known, and the life I thought we had was already gone.